Hi, good morning, children. As we already started the chapter, the Western Desert, the Thar. Let us have a look about the same chapter once again. A desert is a large area of land which is dry, barren, often covered with sand, desolated, and receives very little or no rainfall. Very few plants and trees grown in the desert. The Western Desert is a large region that lies in northwestern part of India. It is also known as the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. Children, as we know, our India is divided into six major physical divisions. In that, the Thar Desert or the Western Desert is also one among it. So, when it comes a question that what is a desert? A desert is an area or a land which is very dry, barren, often covered with sand, means that land will be a dry area where there will be no vegetation, means there will be no plants are grown there, and that particular desert area will receive very little rainfall, sometimes no rainfall for all year, or even sometimes for years together there will be no rainfall. Very few plants and trees grown in the desert, that too are different kind of species plants grown in the desert area. The Western Desert. The Western Desert is a dry region that lies in the northwestern part of our India. It lies in the northwestern part of our India, as it is also known as the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. The name of the desert is Thar Desert. You can even see the location of the desert in the shown map, which is in a dark brown color. Okay, see children, our desert region lies in the northwestern part of our India. Location. Let us know the location of the desert. The Thar Desert lies in the western part of Aravalli ranges of Rajasthan in India. It stretches from the run of Kutch in the Gujarat to the southern parts of Haryana. On its east is Aravalli range of hills. In the west, it extends up to Pakistan. The Thar Desert is about 800 kilometers long and 500 kilometers wide. It is partly rocky and partly sandy. It is covered with sand dunes and sand hills. Children, when it comes to the location of our desert region in India, the western part of our India wherein the desert lies. When you consider the location of the desert, here we say that the desert stretches, means the desert lies from run of Kutch in Gujarat. The desert starts from there from the run of Kutch in the Gujarat to the southern parts of Haryana. It extends still to the southern parts of Haryana. On the east side of the desert lies Aravalli range of hills, and to the western side it extends still to the Pakistan. When you take the measurement of this desert region, it is all about almost 800 kilometers of long and 500 kilometers of wide stretch. It is partly rocky and partly sandy. The area is rocky and sandy. It is covered with sand dunes and sand hills. Sand dunes means nothing but a small hills made up of sand. So the desert area is mostly covered with sand dunes and sand hills. Physical features. So, let us know the physical features of the desert. The Thar desert has a undulating surface with high and low sand dunes, which keep shifting due to the strong wind that blow in this region. As these dunes are in continuous motion, they take on different shapes and size. There is a soil erosion caused by the wind as the land is dry and has very little vegetation to hold the soil in place. In some places, oases are found. An oasis is a place in the desert where underground water comes to the surface. A few settlements or small villages are clustered around these oases. See children, when we come to the physical features of the desert is a undulating surface, means a wavy and smoothie area of sand which is high and low, sand dunes which keeps shifting due to the strong wind, means here maybe today here the sand hill, small sand hill is there and there may be a strong wind. Due to strong wind, what happens, that sand will move to the other side and it may shift to this side. Okay, there will be a continuous motion of sand dunes due to strong wind, and also the shapes and size of the sand dunes will be different in every place. Along with that, soil erosion is also caused by the wind, because as there is no much plants in the desert, what happens when the wind blows strongly, the soil will start moving from one place to other, and due to that soil erosion is also caused in the desert region. And there is a place called oasis in the desert. Oasis is nothing but a place where we get underground water comes to the surface, means we can take an example of wells. We all have seen the wells, no children? In the same way, small area wherein they get water. Where are the oases are situated, there will be a small vegetation of plants and animals, where there will be a small villages or also will be nearby to that oasis. Because as we know that for all the living things, water is an essential thing. So when where is the water is available, there will be the settlement of animals or living things happen.